How does Dexter balance his double life? Dexter Morgan isn't just hiding a secret, he's living to completely. One as a respected forensic analyst working with the police, and another that no one is supposed to ever see. What makes Dexter fascinating isn't just what he does, it's how long he manages to get away with it. So how does Dexter balance a double life that should be impossible to maintain? And why does it eventually start to fall apart? The foundation of the double life Season 1. Dexter's ability to live a double life doesn't start in adulthood, it starts in childhood. From a young age, Dexter is taught that he's different, not broken, but dangerous. Instead of being helped emotionally, he's trained. Harry doesn't teach Dexter how to feel. He teaches him how to hide. This creates the foundation of Dexter's double life. One side that follows rules, and another that follows urges but never at the same time. By the time we meet Dexter in Season 1, this separation feels natural to him. The mask. How Dexter acts normal. Season 1 to 2. Dexter doesn't blend in by being invisible. He blends in by being believable. He studies people closely, how they laugh, how they react, how they connect. Then he mirrors those behaviors. This isn't social skill. It's performance. Dexter understands that being too quiet is suspicious, but being too noticeable is dangerous. So, he stays perfectly in the middle. At work, he's polite, reliable, non-threatening. This carefully crafted mask is one of the biggest reasons his double life works for so long. Routine is control. Season 2. Routine is what keeps Dexter balanced. Everything in his life follows structured work, family, personal time, and his private rituals. When nothing interferes with the schedule, Dexter feels in control. But Season 2 introduces the first real threat, the Bay Harbor Butcher investigation. For the first time, Dexter's two lives begin to overlap, and that's when balance becomes fragile. Pressure reveals the cracks. Season 2. A double life only works when pressure stays low. As suspicion grows, Dexter starts making decisions based on urgency instead of logic. He rushes, he reacts, he underestimates others. This is the psychological weakness of living to live. Stress collapses separation. The more Dexter feels watched, the harder it becomes to keep both sides contained. Self-deception, thinking he's in control. Season 3 and 5. Dexter believes he's evolving. He convinces himself that he can bend the rules without breaking them. Trusting Miguel Prado, letting Lumen walk away, making emotional exceptions. Each choice feels justified in the moment, but each one brings his two lives closer together. Dexter isn't losing control suddenly. He's slowly talking himself into danger. Emotion changes everything. Season 4. Season 4 changes Dexter more than any other. Marriage, fatherhood, responsibility. These experiences force Dexter to feel, and emotion was never part of the original design. He's no longer balancing two lives. He's trying to juggle several identities at once. And the weight becomes impossible to manage. The cost of maintaining two lives. Season 7 to 8. By the later seasons, Dexter isn't maintaining balance, he's surviving. The effort required to keep secrets grows heavier. Relationships suffer. Isolation increases. The truth is simple: the double life demands emotional sacrifice. And eventually, there's nothing left to sacrifice. Why the double life fails? Dexter's double life doesn't collapse because someone outsmarts him. It collapses because it requires him to never fully be human. Connection, guilt, love, these things don't fit neatly into rules. And once they enter the equation, balance becomes impossible. Dexter balanced his double life through discipline, structure, and emotional distance. But the moment he allowed himself to care, the balance was already lost. In the end, Dexter wasn't caught by the system. He was caught by his need to belong. Living a double life is difficult for anyone. But living one as a police forensic expert, while secretly hiding a dark and dangerous side, that should be impossible. And yet, Dexter Morgan manages to do it for years. He works alongside law enforcement, investigates criminals, builds relationships, and appears completely normal. So how does Dexter balance two lives that should constantly collide? And why does that balance eventually fall apart? Dexter's double life that's built into him. From childhood, Dexter is taught that his urges define him. Instead of being guided emotionally, he's trained behaviorally. Harry doesn't help Dexter understand why he feels the way he does. He teaches him how to manage appearances. This creates a psychological split. One identity for the world, and one identity locked away. This separation becomes Dexter's greatest strength and eventually his biggest weakness. Dexter doesn't fake being human, he studies it. He watches how people interact. When they smile, when they react, when they care, and then he copies them. This isn't manipulation for power. It's camouflage. Dexter understands something crucial. People trust what feels familiar. So, he becomes familiar, polite, predictable. He isn't suspicious because he never draws attention to himself. This mask allows his two lives to coexist. At least on the surface. Voiceover. Routine is what keeps Dexter stable. Every part of his life has a place: work, family, private time. As long as everything follows a schedule, nothing overlaps. But structure only works when nothing goes wrong. And Season 2 introduces the ultimate disruption. The Bay Harbor Butcher investigation forces Dexter's private life into his professional world. For the first time, his two identities are in the same room. A double life requires emotional distance. But pressure destroys distance. As suspicion increases, Dexter begins to change. He becomes more reactive, less patient, more confident than cautious. This is where balance begins to fail. The problem isn't intelligence, it's stress. When fear replaces control, mistakes follow. Dexter believes he's adapting. He convinces himself that he can bend the rules without consequences. Trusting people who shouldn't be trusted. Letting emotions influence decisions. These choices feel manageable, even justified. But this is self-deception. Dexter isn't evolving. He's rationalizing. His two lives closer together. Emotions change the equation. Season 4. Season 4 introduces something Dexter was never trained to handle. Real emotional responsibility. Marriage, parenthood, vulnerability. These experiences force Dexter to feel, and feeling disrupts control. He's no longer balancing two lives. He's juggling multiple roles, each demanding more from him. And the system that once kept him safe begins to overload. The weight of maintaining requires constant denial of guilt, of connection, of responsibility. And eventually, denial stops working. Every day, Dexter wakes up knowing that one mistake could destroy everything. So, he treats normal life like a role he must rehearse. He doesn't just show up to work, he acts the part. The polite coworker, the reliable analyst, the guy no one looks at twice. He isn't charming. He isn't cold. He stays perfectly average. That's the trick. People don't suspect monsters when they look ordinary. Dexter Horseman, the last place anyone expects him. When people believe you're on the side of justice, they stop looking closely. Dexter uses proximity as protection. He stays close to danger so no one believes he is the danger. Please subscribe and like for more movie breakdown.